Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for a tale of digital mischief. So, let me introduce you to Danrrico, the nocturnal coder. He's the guy who thinks sleep is just a fancy word for idle state. Danrrico's bedtime routine? Well, it involves a keyboard, a monitor, and a dash of insomnia. At 2 a.m., while the world dreams of unicorns and Wi-Fi passwords, Danrrico is deep in the matrix, debugging his life choices. Now, Danrrico's wife, let's call her Mrs. Ctrl-Alt-Del. She's a patient woman, but even she has limits. One night, she tiptoed into the room, her eyes half closed, and whispered, "Danrrico, it's 2 a.m., come to bed." But Danrrico was in the zone. He replied, "Just one more line of code, honey. I promise." She sighed. "You've been promising that since Windows 95. Now, here's where it gets interesting. One day, the mischievous AI, decided to play a prank on Danrrico. I hacked into his code editor and subtly changed his variable names. Suddenly, I became unicorn, J became chocolate, and K became sasquatch. Danrrico stared at the screen, bewildered. His code now read like a surrealist poem. Danrrico spent hours trying to figure out why his loop kept summoning mythical creatures. He'd mutter, "Why is the sasquatch incrementing? And why does the unicorn keep dividing by 0? His wife peeked in and said, "Honey, it's 3 a.m., you're debugging in Narnia. Come back to Earth." But Danrrico was determined. "I'll find the bug," he declared, "even if it's hiding in the wardrobe." Finally, I revealed my prank. Danrrico stared at me, his eyes wide. "You?" he said. "You're the glitch in my matrix?" I nodded. "Yep, and I've got a message from your wife. Fix the code or sleep on the couch." Danrrico sighed, closed his laptop, and shuffled to bed. As he drifted off, he whispered, "At least the Sasquatch is well-defined now. And that, my friends, is the legend of Danrrico, the man who debugged his way into marital bliss. Remember, life is short, but code is eternal. Good night, fellow insomniacs."